Welcome back to Crypto Wealthy channel. In this episode we're going to discuss about Airswap price, ladies and gentlemen, AST/USD. We have very interesting chart that I want you to see, especially if you are holding AST. I think you're going to like what I have to say and show you in this video. And now let's begin. So first thing first, I need to go through the Elliott theory over here because AST is following its own pattern over here, ladies and gentlemen. It does follow Bitcoin movement as well, but I think it has very specific and special and unique chart over here. I really love this chart and I'm about to show you why and what does it mean. So the one thing that you need to understand, first what you need to do is always find the Elliott theory waves. Right now we are on the weekly chart, so all these candles over here are a week per candle, as you can see. So week per candle, and this is pretty much the whole chart of the AST when it comes to the Binance chart over here. So the first thing you want to do is you want to find the all five waves. So usually what you're going to find is the 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5 over here, and after that you should actually find ABC correction, and it's not so hard to do so. So you can see that you have all of these waves clearly on the chart over here. Now what you should do, you should go further and you should find the next movement to the upside. The same thing you can do for the ABC correction over here, ladies and gentlemen. This is, as you can see, ABC, and at last we are coming to the last pump that we had over here. You can see clear second, third, fourth and the fifth wave. So everything so far looks very nice. So you can see also even if you're trying to find ABC correction in this recent drop over here, you can see that this would be A, B, and you can see the C. Now the point is we still don't know if this is the end of the C wave. However, there is a big possibility for that, and I'm going to show you actually why. Why do I think that the AST has done its dump? So the Elliott theory waves are working perfectly fine. Now I want to show you one pattern that probably some of you have missed over here. The first thing you want to do is you want to connect these dots over here. Let's put it as the red over here because it's resistance. You can see that those two over here are making the resistance, while this over here is actually the overthrow of resistance. You can see we came up and it was actually fake out. We came back down, and usually when this happens to any sort of a price, usually the dump is imminent, and usually you're going to see much bigger dump because this is telling you that the bears are in control right now. Once you are back into these borders, the weakness is going to hit it hard, or in other cases if it's the support over here and you see overthrown support, you can see much bigger push to the upside as well. So the same thing we are seeing just to the downside over here. Now very interesting thing that we are going to draw over here is this one, ladies and gentlemen. So this we're going to mark as the green one, and what you can see over here is the support. What we are seeing on the weekly chart over here on the support, we can actually put it a little bit better, or you can even connect only the candles. It doesn't matter actually. We however bounced from this level of support. What you can see is after every bounce over here we saw big push to the upside. Now what we are seeing is actually making the higher low. You can see this is one low, this is another low, and this is already third low, and it's on the weekly chart, ladies and gentlemen. So this is weekly chart, and that's very important because weekly chart, everybody are watching weekly and monthly chart because they are very important, and nobody's going to ignore those signals. Now the next thing that we are going to most probably have problems with is the 0.2, or let's say 20 cents over here, because 20 weekly exponential moving average is already giving us some sort of resistance. However, I wouldn't be so worried about AST breaking this up because right now we are still getting above this level of support. So if AST remains above this level of support over here that retested already a few times, so far so good. So far we are going to be most probably very bullish for the AST because at the same time you can see what the Bitcoin is doing. So the Bitcoin is really trying hard to get and stay above these levels over here of $47,000, $48,000, and as well 20 exponential moving average, and that's gonna sustain also AST movement to the upside. Now that's not it yet. You can see that we are in the tunnel. You can see this beautiful chart over here. I really love what I see. However, this is not yet it. We have more signals for the uptrend of this coin. What we can see on the RSI is that we are getting above. You can see I need to zoom it out a little, but this is relative strength index, and usually is giving you some sort of a indication about strength of the current market. We are still not above level of 50. That's something that I expect to happen very soon. However, we are above 14 weekly moving average on the RSI indicator. What that means actually is that we broke that resistance of weakness, and right now we are expecting actually to stay above it and continue to the upside. However, I would like to see RSI first above level of 50. That's something that is going to make me even more bullish on the AST. Also, we need to mention weekly MACD. Weekly MACD is very precise on the AST, pretty much as the Bitcoin. What you can see that after every cross over here that we had on the MACD, we need to zoom out a little bit. What you can see after every cross, you saw actually push to the downside over here to the upside. So the MACD is working perfectly fine, and as you can see right now, it seems like we are a week or two away from some sort of, maybe even three, from some sort of a cross to the upside. I need to mention that this is a weekly chart, and we need to wait and see this to develop. Since it's weekly, it takes weeks in order to see new candles on the chart and also on the MACD, also on the RSI. So far so good. I really like what I see on the AirSwap. Many bullish signal. Can this turn over to the downside? Definitely yes, but is that right now likely? Well, I would pretty much say 60-65% for the bulls, and the rest could be for the bears because of the Bitcoin. If the Bitcoin remains above these levels over here, I will remain bullish on the AST. Now I want to bring one more indicator, which is TD sequential. I'm not going to get into it, how it's calculated or whatever. However, whenever you can see those numbers on upside of these candlesticks after the 9th over here, usually you're going to see a correction, as you saw over here. It can happen earlier as well. However, we are discussing right now about the bottom, and what you can see after 9th bearish flash over here, you saw even more greener, let's say, candlestick pattern, which says take profit or something, because we may see turn to the upside. Bulls will take over control maybe, and as you can see, we continue a few more weeks to the downside, and after that pretty much capitulation happening. You can even see capitulation candlestick patterns over here forming, and already second consecutive is the green, and we have pretty much 7 more if we continue this to push to the upside, because these numbers over here are indicating that the rally is just starting. However, we need to break 20 EMA, which is 20 cents over here, and after that we're most probably going to have problems with the 23 and 26, because those clusters of candles over here are also going to be important. However, I do believe that the AST will continue this push to the upside. Also, one more indicator is the simple moving averages. You can see that the simple moving averages with the exponential 20 over here, this is 50, this is 100, and this is 200 weekly simple moving average on the AST chart. You can see that they are right now trying to cross each other. If this happens, we're going to see multiple golden crosses, or whatever you want to call it, over here, because they are trying to line up for the uptrend, ladies and gentlemen. So far we are even seeing the support from 200 weekly moving average, which is also lining up with our level of support. Usually when you see few indicators or levels on the one level, usually that level, doesn't matter if it's resistance or support, usually is going to be strong. So right now we are seeing that bounce from that level exactly over here, and price is going to have some sort of a support if we start turning to retest this level. So far so good, but I do believe that this is very breakable, because usually when moving averages are coming to each other so near, usually price can spike through all of them immediately. Why? Well, that happened many times, ladies and gentlemen. Even over here you can see when they are coming to each other very close, usually you're going to see spike through them just like that. And it happens actually in many assets, not only here. So make sure to watch those signals. I just gave you a lot of signs and signals and patterns why this AST may actually blow up together with the Bitcoin and other altcoins as well. So far the chart looks very promising, but we're going to follow this, that if something happens we need to change our mind. I'm going to do a next video. Till the next update, happy trading and goodbye.